Five, four, three. Hi there, welcome to Grain TV. I'm Kevin McNew. It's Thursday, October 27th, another positive day in the markets. Let's take a look at GrainEdge's trading platform and see where we closed. In Chicago, corn up 3, beans against the January up 4.5, and wheat in Chicago up 3.5. Today was a little more toned down from yesterday's 20-cent advance in beans, but beans nonetheless seesawing and finding positive territory by the end of the day. First of all, we started the overnight session strong, continuation of yesterday's big gain. We were up as much as about 8 cents, getting closer to that 1030 mark at one point on January beans. But as we got later into the night session and pre-dawn and getting into the period ahead of export sales, we did see some backing off, and the export announcement that came out, while neutral or sort of hit the mark, was sort of a selling opportunity going into the break. After that, we got some more news. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But overall, it was very much a seesaw day as we get closer to first notice day on November beans. News out today. Let's start first with USDA's export sales announcements that came out on a morning basis at 7 o'clock. So first of all, export sales for beans had two different announcements. One, 129,000 metric tons to unknown destinations, and another 396,000 metric tons to China. So all combined, we got a flash sale announcement of over 500,000 metric tons for beans. That was certainly positive. And added on to that announcement string was a deal for 200,000 metric tons of sorghum to China, which China had been in the market the last few years for sorghum, but has really just sort of not been a major buyer. So that's intriguing in its own right, that China was in the market for sorghum on a very large scale basis. Looking at the weekly export sales, these were again a mixed bag, with corn disappointing, coming in below expectations, just a little under 800,000 metric tons, well below the 900 to 1200 that was expected. So that was certainly disappointing for corn. Soybeans coming in right in the middle of expectations. Now, that was certainly good on the one hand, but keep in mind that we had a big run up yesterday where people were looking for big numbers out of USDA. And so the fact that we just hit the mark gave the market a little bit of a pause and gave it some selling pressure. And it really took that flash sale announcement in the morning break to sort of keep us pushing higher. On wheat, we did come in above expectations. That was a nice change for wheat, coming in at 646,000 metric tons versus expectations, which have run consistently in that 350 to 550 range. Overall, as we look at export commitments year to date, how are we stacking up relative to what USDA is expecting? Wheat continues to hold the pace that USDA is expecting. We're looking for a 26% increase in year-on-year exports, according to USDA, and actual commitments year to date versus last year are at 26%. So right on the mark there for wheat, nothing more, nothing less. Corn and beans, on the other hand, are really ramping it up. Corn, we had a very good period a few months ago, and several months ago we really sort of had some really gangbuster sales here. But with beans, it has really been strong here of late. We are now running 24% ahead of last year's pace, and USDA only factoring in a 5% bump. So if you start to factor in more sales, more exports in the USDA supply and demand table, we start to see numbers that are, instead of 400 million bushel carryout, we get down into the maybe low 300s, mid 250. And so that starts to get much more favorable, and I think it starts to support this price rally. Obviously, there's still a lot of marketing year left. China is the only game in town right now, so what they do in the coming months will dictate it. But right now, their crush margins are good for livestock. Their import margins are very good to bring beans in, and their currency is weakening. So all of this is sort of shaping up for a strengthening market in the soybean complex. So that's all we've got for today on Grain TV. As always, if you'd like to learn more about how we can help you in your own grain marketing strategies, visit us online at grainhedge.com and take a free trial of our trading platform. As a GrainEdge trading client, you'll get our technical alerts email first thing every trading day. Technical Alerts is a powerful system that generates quality trading opportunities. Each trading opportunity shows a chart and analysis providing clear price targets and risk potential. Technical Alerts look at historical chart formations and compare the current environment to the past to form concrete trading recommendations. The commodities covered by Technical Alerts includes grains, livestock, crude oil, currencies, bonds, and metals. Start your trading day with the most powerful insight into market direction and improve your trading today. Sign up at GrainHedge.com to become a client.